Russellville. I want to welcome the Russellville Panthers, Coach Mike Benton. Coach, would you introduce your players, please?
We got senior Josh Todd here, who plays guard and defensive tackle for us, and we have senior Chevis Elliott that plays running back, defensive back, and wide receiver for us.
Well, welcome in, Coach. We've kind of asked, I've asked the first question to everybody, just what have the last several weeks been like at Russellville? Kind of give us some numbers, how practice has been going, and so forth.
Well, of course, we're mandated to the small groups, so the groups of 10. So what I've done is I've taken my skill guys, put them in a group, taken my linemen, put them in a group, and then the incoming freshmen, I've taken them and put them in a group. And for the first, say 5 weeks, it was, just coming in, lifting, and then we would go in condition afterwards. And after the meeting KHSAA had, to where they actually gave us, kind of a hopeful look of what the season will look like, then we kind of progressed to conditioning and then, talking about formations, talking about plays and everything, from that point. Just kind of looking forward to the point to where I can bring everybody together again, hopefully. And, the one thing that's kind of benefited me moving forward with everything is only losing 3 seniors last year, which only one of them being a starter. So having everybody back, everyone knowing the verbiage and, getting to the points where these older guys will be able to teach the young ones coming in. So, it's been different for us, but, being a Class A school, it hasn't hurt us as much having to split the small groups up. With each group, I'm having right at 10, been having about 30 kids consistently showing up. With a select few kids whose parents, have been a little iffy about them, coming and being around. So, I do have certain amount of kids who aren't coming to practice. And, of course, can't hold them against them. Got to understand, with the situation that we're having at hand. But with the ones who've been there, they've been working hard, and I think they're ready to get out there and showcase. It's been year 3. For me, both of these guys here have been playing a lot of ball, since they've been freshmen. Josh has been starting since he's been a freshman, and Chev has played quite a bit. And then from then on, they've both been on the field, so definitely excited to get out there.
Coach, you announced a couple of days ago that every helmet will have the decal number 44 on the back of it for this year to honor the late Larry Johnson. How important was it for you to do that this season?
Well, if you ever around Russellville, the name Larry Johnson holds an extreme amount of weight. Going back, if you look at some of the numbers that this man put up long before video games were created, he was doing it. I think there's one game they talk about where he scored 6 touchdowns, 2 of them were kick returns, and, we ran for, I think, 400, 500 yards in a game. So, my dad, he played at Russellville as well, and he was able to play with Larry, and some of the stories that he tells me about, from their playing days is just kind of crazy to hear. And, even with Larry graduating from high school, back then he stayed around with the program. Like you could look up, until his health got to the point to where he couldn't come to games, but even on Facebook, he was keeping up with it. So, having him pass away for Russellville, of course, was tragic and a bit unexpected in a sense. So, with his family, with his granddaughter, I went to school with her, and, I've known the family for forever. So when that moment passed, I reached out to them, wanted to do something, for the entire family and for Russellville in a sense, to definitely make sure that we honor him and keep his name going.
For the players, what does that mean to you to be able to carry that legacy on in this way?
It means a lot. We know that he'll want us doing whatever we can to win. So, yeah.
Yeah, it mean a lot.
For the players, how important is it that you guys play this season?
It's very important for us, too, because it's our senior year, this is something we've been talking about since we were little, just getting to our senior year and hopefully do some big things.
Yeah, it's your senior year, so you want to play, but nobody looks forward to that senior year. But when it's here, you want to play.
And main thing for a lot of these guys on my roster, which the 7 seniors that I have, they all have an opportunity as of right now to go to the next level to play football. Whether it be NAI, D3, D2, a lot of these guys are still in connection with coaches, and they're to that point to where these coaches are saying, we need a few more games on film, if we're going to pull the trigger. So for me, you know, my main thing is, you know, aside from trying to go out there and win, if I can get these guys, you know, to go to college either for free or for, you know, a extreme discounted price, you know, I definitely want to be able to do that. So that's my main thing with this year for these seniors. You know, the one they've been there rocking with me, you know, since the beginning. You know, these guys have done everything that I've asked of them. So, you know, my main thing is to get out there and to present those opportunities for them to be able to go to the next level.
How much do you anticipate this announcement Thursday before you guys go forward from here?
I think the anticipation is high, just about like everybody else. You know, just kind of keeping my fingers crossed. You know, at the same time, not trying to get too high just to get let down. You know, I'm trying to kind of go in with a gloomy mindset, and hopefully I come out, you know, with the spirits high and everything. So, yeah.
Coach, do you think that you can draw any correlation between what's happening at the college level in football with conferences postponing in high school, or do you think it's a totally different?
My aspect, I think, is totally different, and people kind of look at me silly when I say that. For me, playing at the college level, you know, playing in the SEC, I know with the NCAA, everything's a big money game. And I think for them, it kind of scares them on the aspect of they know with the capacity limit that'll be set, whether it's 35%, 50%, whatever the case may be, NCAA won't have control of who it is that's allowed to come to those games. Really, it'll be up to the colleges. Like for myself, I buy season tickets every year at UK. Of course, you know, I played there, and they've been reaching out saying, you know, money could possibly be rolled over to the next season for season ticket holders, or you could ask for it back. But, you know, if that capacity number is set, for colleges, they have a hard decision to make. Do you let the college students who are on campus come to those games, you know, to get their college experience in, or do you kind of want to play the greed game and, you know, let your season ticket holders, you know, come in and take the big money and allow them to come in? So, you know, I mean, with NCAA, they know they don't have control over who it is that's going to be allowed to come to those games, which again, then takes a hit to the money. So my thing is, I think it's definitely a huge separation between the two. From a high school standpoint, I think it's more of safety and everything. You know, each team this year is going to take a hit money-wise. You know, we know that it's not going to be full capacity at games. I mean, it's just something that we all have to accept. And I think every high school coach on any level, Class A all the way up to 6, understands that, and I mean, we don't have a problem with it. You know, it's not going to be an issue that one school's dealing with. It's literally everybody. So if you take the money out of it, you know, from a college standpoint, that's why NCAA is kind of iffy about it. But from a high school standpoint, I think we're more worried about safety and, you know, moving forward from that.
Does Russellville, have they decided to do in-class?
What we're doing is we will start class on the 26th, but as of right now, it's virtual. And they're actually having a meeting, I think, this coming week, I think either on the 18th or the 20th, one of the 2 days, to where our board will talk about it and move forward, which I know a lot of schools, you know, we're kind of seeing are deciding to go in person, some to go virtual. So honestly, I can't truly say what it is that we'll do. So that'll be a decision that'll come out once that meeting's happen.
Coach, what are you looking forward to most once as long as everything goes as according to plan on the 24th when you actually get to practice with full 30 kids on the field, helmets and everything?
Just the camaraderie, man. With these guys, they've all been close. Literally, they've been playing ball together forever. Literally, there's an argument every day of them in impact days and who had the better team. I hear it nonstop about so-and-so ran for 5 touchdowns when he's 8 years old. Like, so, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's annoying at the time, but at the same point in time that it hadn't happened in so long, I miss hearing it. So, you know, just to get them all back around each other, seeing each other and, you know, getting those clown sessions going, but at the same time getting ready to put the work in. You know, I got 7 seniors this year. I also got 7 juniors, and like I said, all of them been playing quite a bit, you know, as freshmen. You know, these last 2 years for us have been a bit rough because, you know, we've had a lot of underclassmen, and, you know, I think in the past 2 years I've only graduated 5 seniors, you know, that have played football. So, you know, to actually kind of have a heavy, in a sense, Class A-wise, you know, with 7 seniors on your team, I'll just look forward for them to being able to go out there and showcase. You know, they've put the work in since last year, since we lost the winter. They put the work in. You know, these guys play other sports as well, running track and playing basketball. So, you know, just the amount of work that they've put in, I'm excited for them to get out there and showcase it.
So this is for the players. I mean, the Logan County game, like it isn't big enough already. Now you guys get to start the season against your rivals. Josh, both of you just kind of talked a little bit about, I mean, that's the first opposing team that you guys are going to be hitting. That should be a fun experience.
Yeah, I can't wait.
What he said.
Coach, are there any players that we should keep an eye on for this year that maybe we didn't see last year that you're?
Well, definitely both these two that's sitting here with me. Lennon Reese is our quarterback. You know, was his first year starting quarterback last year. And, you know, we kind of had a rough one going, which was expected going in, you know, with him only being a sophomore and never starting quarterback. As a freshman, he played receiver. But he's worked on his mechanics. He's really put in the work moving forward. So I'm definitely excited to see Lennon get out there and, you know, show the work that he's been putting in. Jackson Hampton is also another senior that we have, plays receiver and free safety that I think will break out. And we are able to add Jaquise Tide back to the football team. He kind of took his junior year off. You know, he was worried about injuries and everything moving forward with basketball. But, you know, we've talked him back into being on the field. And if y'all have seen Jaquise play basketball, y'all know as quick as he is, he's a type person that can be a huge playmaker for us. And lastly, with our starting running back, Javari Gamble. Javari was dealing with shoulder issues all last year, and I think he may have played in only 5 or 6 full games, and he was still able to, you know, accumulate 600 yards, still average 100 yards for every full game he played. So he's 100% healthy now. So again, definitely excited to see him get out there and hopefully have a breakout year for us.